On Sunday, August 31st, I attended a memorial service in celebration of the good works and very large life of Andy Driscoll.
Once more next week, we talk about new resources for those who suffer from mental health issues and initiatives.
Andy's life was an ongoing, lively civic forum. Now, in later years, that meant countless committee meetings, the St. Paul Neighborhood Network, that's a cable TV access channel, and KFI radio.
Has served as a tool for activism.
Andy and Michelle Alamirati co-hosted Truth to Tell on Monday mornings.
An independent teaching and performing
Andy
arts.
Driscoll, well, he was St. Paul Irish and political. He loved his city and was for the little guy, the struggling mom, and transparent government. Access television and community radio enabled him to empower others.
And as always, please do take care of each other.
Andy and I first met in 1978 at KTCA TV. He was producing a documentary on the grassroots fight against high-voltage power lines in central Minnesota. Heated assemblies, protest marches, civil disobedience, arrests, and even sabotage really upset Lake Wobegon country.
Resistance to the line, one of the largest in the world.
The KTCA documentary caught the appreciative eye of a DuPont Columbia journalism panel, as well as those who mistrust government, big utilities, and the fraud known as Minnesota Nice. Now, the film was just a wink in Andy's full life. I learned that at a celebration of that life in late September. The Rice Street Hall was packed with family, friends, and stories. Andy Driscoll was remembered as the kind of wily, big-hearted, civic-minded watchdog every city deserves. Fellow social justice advocate, friend, and political scientist Tom O'Connell had long watched Andy's back. Where's Andy going now that he's not with us anymore?
Well, you know, the way I figure, if I were God, I wouldn't want him in heaven because he'd be questioning my authority. If I were the devil, I wouldn't want him in hell because he's just too damn righteous.
A few years ago at St. Thomas University, during a memoriam gathering for activist Marv Davidoff, I asked Andy about the iconic civil rights and anti-war demonstrator.
Well, Marv was a longtime friend and a soul brother in terms of the progressive movement in this town. And when I came back from Detroit, Jeff, we sat down and I needed to talk with him about a good idea to do for a documentary at Channel 2. And at that time, he said, the power line, do something on the power line. And I said, what power line? Those of us who had been spending that much time in Detroit didn't know that much about what was going on. And so we wound up, I wound up pitching the show to my producers at Channel 2. And sure as heck, we did it, and we won a DuPont Columbia Award for it, thanks to Marv Davidoff. Anyway, he and I remained friends from the rest of that time on. My sister was a charter member of the Honeywell Project, so we had a family.
I guess campaigning for justice runs in the family. 3 years ago, the Southwest Suburban Cable Commission, which oversees cable service to Edina, Minnetonka, Hopkins, Richfield, and Eden Prairie, almost shut down the production of community cable access programs like Democratic Visions. Now, despite the odds, that did not happen. Southwest Access TV producers organized. We made a good case to our cable commission and our 5 city councils to keep access production alive.
612-3.
Before we got there, Andy Driscoll gave us an hour on Truth to Tell. And you know what? We took Andy's advice. We took care of one another. Others pitched in, and a community asset was kept alive. So Andy and the KFI radio team and the rest of you, a big thanks. We're better than ever because we participated in the process. Now, don't just sit there. Get out and get active. Thank you.
Democratic Visions is independently handcrafted by lefty Southwest Suburban volunteers for the entire metro region.